But joining us right now on Jones and Keefe, as he does every Thursday at 11:30, Rob Bradford, Baseball Isn't Boring, and weei.com. He's brought to you by McFarland Energy, the heating, cooling, and bioheat delivery pros that Eastern Mass and all of Cape Cod depend on, McFarlandEnergy.com. By the E.L. Harvey Companies, including Nauset Disposal and Miga Disposal, your local trash collection and recycling providers, and by Aviva Trattoria, Italian-inspired, locally made from fresh, whole, locally sourced ingredients. Rob Bradford, how are we doing this week?
I'm so good. I love Toronto. McFarland to you all. I'm staring at the CN Tower. You ever been up there?
No.
Big tower in Toronto?
I've been to Toronto.
No?
I've never been to the top of the tower, no.
Are you guys heights guys? Are you scared of heights?
Not
For
my
sure
favorite.
not, no.
Yeah, not my favorite. No.
No, well, they have like the glass floor thing where, I mean, it just freaks you out. Oh, yeah.
Terrifying.
No.
Listen,
Terrifying.
listen, you get...
Would I
Get
probably
the
survive?
blood flowing. Let's go.
Look, would I probably survive walking out on the glass floor? Maybe, but there's no reason to find out. It's like, would I probably survive jumping out of a plane, parachuting down? Maybe, but I don't want to find out. So, Bradford, we found out about the Red Sox in the first month of the year. Through April, how would you grade the Red Sox to this point? 2 games over 500, game and a half out of first.
I would say a B minus. You know, I give their documentary a C plus. I'll give them a B minus. I think that the American League, as we have proclaimed and defined, it kind of stinks. They're fortunate in that respect. I think there's 2 teams more than 5.5 games out right now in all of the American League. The Red Sox, you go through 3 straight games of 30 runs in 3 games, and then you go through the first 5 innings of last night, and they can't be stopped. Everything's coming together. That's what you're screaming from the mountaintops, and then boom, it sort of collapses. So it's sort of a microcosm, right? I mean, we think that they're pretty good, like last night. We think they're pretty good, but then there's that unexpected hiccup. Before it was Devers or Casas, and last night it was Whitlock. And, yeah, so I think that they're just as here's the thing, guys. Like, they're just as talented as any team in the American League. So I guess that's a pretty good starting point as we head into May.
What did you think of Lucas Giolito making his Sox debut last night? And then what did you think of the decision to roll him back out there for the 6th inning?
Yeah, he was obviously really good. I saw him in the last rehab outing in Worcester. He was not good. He had 6 walks through 3 innings, and it was just not good. And then he just flipped the script, started throwing 96, and was nails. And in terms of decision, I got it. It sort of unraveled pretty quick. You know, he was pretty low in his pitch count, and now I know it was his first outing out, but still, his pitch count in the rehab assignments have been pretty up there. And then you get 2 outs in the 6th, you get 0-2 on Springer, you walk him. Then you get 0-2 on the next guy, and you give up a home run on an 0-2 pitch. And then so again, like, it's sort of unraveled in a hurry, and you're still up 6-3, and you figure that they're going to be able to hold it because Whitlock's been really good, and it just doesn't work out. But I do think that was a pretty big takeaway from last night. If they can get that Giolito, that's something.
I want to focus in on the 10th inning. Bottom of the 10th, Vladdy Jr. is the ghost runner at second base. Rafaela catches a pop-up. Vlad advances to third. The throw hits him. Maybe it would have got him, maybe not. But Nesson kind of honed in on this after the game, that maybe Rafaela wasn't fully prepared, wasn't fully ready, which is why Vladdy went on that play. What do you think happened? Did anything jump out to you in the 10th inning? And the reason I ask, Rafaela's out there for his defense. He's only hitting .213. So if there are brain farts out there defensively, could there be another move coming at some point from Worcester? But what went down in the 10th?
There's a lot going on there. Is there half a brain fart? Is there such a half a brain fart? Because I think that's kind of what that was. Rafaela, his batting average has been down, but he's actually one of the better ones with runners in scoring position for a team that's not doing very well in that respect. Defensively, he's good, but you're absolutely right. On that play, I noticed that he hadn't really I think that Vlad absolutely caught him by surprise and wasn't the no doubt about it, Ceddanne Rafaela, I'm going to get you at third, I'm going to get you at home throw, no question. Now, I think it would have got him if it didn't hit him, but still, that was not probably the best moment of giving an example of how good a fielder this guy is. And in terms of who's getting sent up or sent down, he's not, the Anthony thing isn't happening like right now. It's just not happening. And we can focus on that play with Rafaela, But if you look over the last week, he's certainly been more part of the solution than part of the problem. So we're just going to have to – it's a bizarre dynamic, guys. It is. Because you have two guys who, in Anthony and Mayer, who are ready. I mean, they are ready, except for, Anthony obviously being banged up with a foot thing. But they are ready to play. But there isn't an easy answer in terms of, as up and down as this team is, there isn't an easy answer in terms of they're coming up and they're playing every day right now.
Well, it's funny because Alex Cora was on yesterday talking to Hart and Fitzy, and he was saying, they were asking him the same kind of ideas about these young guys, and he's like, well, it's a really good time to be, a Red Sox. And it's like, yeah, for the guys at the major league level, like you can't just say like, hey, Marcelo, this is a good problem for us to have. Like, I'm wondering, like, what kind of communication do those guys have, or sort of like there's really nothing to say. Like, the team right now is pretty healthy and, could be better, but certainly could be a lot worse. They have guys that deserve to be playing more. So it's just really a holding pattern, right? But like, what kind of communication do they have?
Well, you guys know Marcelo Mayer as good as anyone, right?
Yeah, so we're all best friends, yeah.
Exactly. But I think that it's those guys. You heard it coming out of spring training, didn't you? Where Marcelo Mayer, I heard it with you guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He wants to be on the team.
I think I should be on the team. Mm-hmm. And then, he got off to a little bit of a slow start because I think you were a little starstruck from talking to you guys for a couple of weeks. But then he goes on this tear and leads like the world in RBIs down there. And Anthony, we all know what he's doing. But I think that they just understand the situation right now. Now, here's the thing: is like when you get either deep in the season or certainly into next season, it becomes a different situation. I mean, you just can't have guys tearing it up like they are. I mean, and not using them. And that's what Cora keeps saying, right? He keeps saying, like, these guys are going to help us. These guys are going to help us. All right, well, we'll find out because they don't want to bring him up and not play him. And so it is a weird situation, particularly because they're not just top prospects. They're top prospects who are actually playing really, really well. Mm-hmm. So good for Worcester. The Sox, they're the big winners.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
Bradford, Cora was also asked yesterday about Jarren Duran and his response to fans. We've seen him mix it up time and again with fans over the years. I think this one's probably the most justifiable given the reprehensible comments from the fans in Cleveland. But are they concerned at all about how much over the years? Starting in Kansas City, you saw it in the Netflix special, The Clubhouse. He was mixing it up in Seattle. Last year, he was suspended for a couple of games for yelling at a fan, and now this. Are they concerned with that element of Jarren Duran?
No, because I think that, to be honest with you, I think he's handled it pretty well. I mean, you knew that the Netflix thing happened. You put yourself out there. I think 99% was positive, and we all talked about it, and we all heard about it. But then you have this one idiot who does this, and I think all need to know in terms of what an outlier that idiot is look at the reaction of the fans around him. I mean, that's in Cleveland. This wasn't like the cool kids at the lunch table saying, "Oh yeah, you get him, you tell him." No, everyone was like, "No, this is an idiot, and here he is, and kick him out." So I do think that was a little bit of an outlier, and I think he has handled it very well. And I do know this. It's like, this isn't a fake thing, man, like Jarren Duran in terms of getting behind like this cause and this message and all that and really trying to help people, whether it's going out and signing autographs after every single day and talking to people without even people knowing about it, like all of that. So I think that he's handled it pretty well. And by the way, he's played really, really well in the last week or so, which is hugely important to this team.
Where are we at now on Tristan Casas? He had 2 hits on Tuesday. He was 0 for 2 last night, 2 more strikeouts. He has been walking a little bit more as of late, still hitting, I think it's a $181 on the season. So what's the Casas outlook right now?
It feels like he's keeping his head above water just enough to not have everyone go full Roman Anthony at first base, which isn't going to happen, right? Yeah. Or someone else at first base. But at the same time, they pinch hit for him, right? They pinch hit for him last night with Romy Gonzalez. I don't think that he has reached, even with a couple hits in the last couple of days, he reached the point where they're like, oh, there he is. He's ready to go on the run right now. So I thought that was pretty notable. I mean, I think, Romy's played pretty well, but he isn't the guy who is absolutely going to be your everyday first baseman. He's a guy who can produce in particular spots, and he has. But I thought that was pretty telling because in years past, they said, "Hey, you go, Tristan, go get him, lefty." Remember, I mean, this is their cleanup hitter at the beginning of the year, and you're already pinch hitting for him. So again, keeping his head above water just enough now, but they still got to get better from him.
Pinch hitting for him. He's batting seventh. He's hitting 181. Rob Bradford, weei.com. Baseball Isn't Boring podcast. Check it out on the Odyssey app, and check him out every Thursday here on Jones and Keefe. Bradford, we appreciate it. Thanks so much.
All right, guys. Keep up the good work. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Rob Bradford is all our guests joining us here on Jones and Keefe.